Greetings, spooks, and welcome to the Friday night Spooktacular visual novel stream. My name is Matthew. I am your host or co-host for this stream. We'll be playing one of the visual novels made for the Spooktober Visual Novel Jam. There'll be a link in the doobly-doo if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can just search for it, I guess, as well. Usually, I am co-host of Book Club for Masochists, a reader's advisory podcast, which is a podcast of library folks who every month we pick a new genre or format of books and read them and discuss them on the podcast. We've covered everything from gardening to erotic romance, and so we cover a very wide breadth of things on it. We did an episode about visual novels a couple of months back, so you can check that out if you want to. You can just search for it. You can go to bookclub4m.com, or you can just search for us on Apple Podcast or wherever you find podcasts. Tonight, this evening, we're playing Monster Mash, and by we, I mean myself and my co-host,
Stephanie.
I just realized I looked off camera as though I could see you, but it's like, oh yeah, Stephanie over here to my left. You're not. I guess technically maybe you're to my left, but like thousands of kilometers away.
Yes.
Yeah. So Stephanie, you joined me for one when I streamed a bunch in August. I can't even remember what game we played, but tonight we're playing Monster Mash. Apparently a game about summoning a date. So I'm looking forward to this. We'll see what we end up summoning. I'm glad I started to do these like spooky visual novel streams like mid-end of September, because I'm like, clearly Halloween's coming up. The perfect time to do these. So you ready to go?
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, so there's 4 things here on the title screen. There's like an antler creature with like the star on its forehead. Something that I think is probably a werewolf based on the eyes and like nose. I have no idea what the thing with all the orange stuff on its neck is, and then just the pumpkin head. Are these our potential dates? We'll find out, I guess.
I guess one of them is supposed to be more like a demon, right? With the star.
Yeah. The antler horn thing could definitely be a demon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No idea what the yellow thing is, but
I don't know either. Okay, let's get going though. Oh, what's her name? What do you want us to be called?
Does it? I mean, I guess, is there a gender?
No, there isn't. There's no gender. There's no name. So we can be whatever we want to be. I'm trying to think of like a Halloween-y name. Last week we called one of our characters Raven A, basically Ravina, which was like the spooky Halloween corvid name that I thought of. So how's that go? It's ridiculous. Okay, we're not probably going to say this name very often anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so our name is Ravina, something like that. We don't even know how to pronounce it. ... My favorite thing in visual novels. Every one of them has a character saying this at some point. It's finally time. It took months of planning, bidding on so many sketchy auctions, and reading as many basic documents as you could get your hands on, not to mention having to sew your costume together by hand. Those needles were so pointy. Have you ever sewn your own Halloween costume?
Yes, I have actually. It sucked. I went as one of the ghosts from Pac-Man, which was like the most basic of sewing. Like literally, it was just like taking 2 sheets and then just like sewing them together. But I'm really bad at sewing. That's just pretty much what it is.
That's fair. I sewed a Welcome to Night Vale Eternal Scout costume.
Oh man.
So I made the like sash with all the badges on it. What are the things like the epaulettes on your shoulders, and then like a neckerchief and a toggle.
Neckerchief.
So I sewed all those in like black and purple. It looks pretty fun, I think. Anyway, okay. Let's keep going with this. But you did it. You were finally ready to summon yourself a date. Chuchulian. I don't know how to pronounce Chuchulian. Your message got caught in the auto moderator for hostility, but I'm going to allow it. So it's in the chat now. Apparently the term trash was banned. Trash. Understandable, I think. I think within gaming circles, it could be used in a very negative way. Okay. It sounds odd, and you can admit that, but you aren't too proud to also admit desperation has pushed you to this point. Oops. There we go. Halloween has arrived with a chill in the air, and with it, the season of pumpkin spice, costumes, and dances. Specifically, your college dance. See, you never ever had a date for a dance. The timing was never just right with relationships, and you already went stag the last 6 times. And truth be told, it loses its novelty quickly after the 4th time.
Does she go to like Hogwarts or something? Like
I
I'm
think
not trying to.
I think this is just a university. So
Oh,
despite
okay.
every horror movie warning you against it, you figure that maybe since you're asking for something small, they might just take a finger or something. Either way, death by demon is more preferable than dealing with the social constructs of being the outcast again. Going to these things by yourself is not like a social outcast thing. Finding everything was surprisingly easy, especially for someone who just came out with this plan a few months ago. There was even a list of the most creepy abandoned shacks with low murder rates that you could comb through in your area. So, putting on your costume and gathering all your supplies, you head on out. You have to leave now if you want to finish the summon before the dance starts after all. ...
Before you go forward, I guess. I guess in terms of yeah, like it, the way that you're reading it, this character does sound very like, oh, like he's sort of a interesting. I guess that's how I would have read it in my head as well. So just wanting to point that out.
Yeah, it was kind of like I wasn't sure if that was like me thinking that or like a narrator describing that.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay, so we're in a spooky place. Okay, so finding an abandoned shack in the woods wasn't that easy. You forgot your phone and a flashlight. Yeah, this definitely sounds like a narrator. Like I don't usually self-narrate as you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you ended up wandering around in the dark for 3 hours before you finally got there. I would definitely give up after like an hour, unless I was lost.
She really wants this date, though.
I guess so.
She clearly really wants this date.
People have done stupider things for dates. Lucky for you, it seems like
Yes.
someone has already done some work here, including making a sigil in what you hope isn't blood. Well, too late to be worried about that now. It's definitely blood. You turn over your bag and start dumping the items, hearing a barrage of different sounds. If you remember the documents correctly, you have to combine the right items to summon a creature. You focused on the spells that only seem to use 3 things since it seemed easier. That is much easier, only 3 things. You
Yep.
don't actually remember what goes with what, however. Probably should have remembered your phone. But if you go back now to get your phone, you'll miss the dance. So at this point, your best chance is to wing it, probably. How hard can it be anyway? Okay. Oh, okay. So here's the first thing. Pumpkin, knife, candle, goat, chalk, quill, blood vial, and questionable flesh. So my first question is, we're hoping that like the blood circle drawn on the ground here isn't made with blood, and yet we have a blood vial and questionable flesh as some of the things we've brought to summon a demon with.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
She only has 3 options, right? So,
we get to pick 3 of these. So which do you think is the first one you want to go with?
let me think. I feel like we have to go with
Okay, so trying to guess, I'm thinking pumpkin, knife, candle probably gets you the pumpkin head person. Like
yeah, I would think so.
that's like a jack-o'-lantern.
Right. And then like that goat would be that demon thing.
Yeah, so goat and some other things, but I don't know what would get the others. So
Let's try the quill.
okay, so you want to go with quill, freshly gathered outside on the lawn.
Yeah. Didn't even prepare.
Fancy feather there. We didn't buy any like specialty feathers from Etsy. We just picked one up on the ground. I read a book for the podcast. What was it? It was like the episode on true crime, and it was about this guy who like stole all of these like rare bird carcasses from a museum and then sold the feathers to antique fly fishing lure aficionados. It was the weirdest underground crime scene, as in like, oh yeah, these people just buy and sell illegal feathers. What the hell? Okay, so we've got a feather. What is next? What goes with a feather? Goat. I kind of like the goat.
Okay, let's do goat.
Okay, so goat. The real goat, whatever that means, greatest of all time. Oh, it's just a little flesh goat covered in blood for some reason. I guess that could be brown. It might not be blood. It might just be the coloration on the goat. Okay. So
Maybe she just really likes chocolate.
true, true. Yeah, it's actually chocolate was the other thing in the bag. Okay. Uh, so feather, goat. I'm like
Uh,
really not fond of blood vial or questionable flesh.
yeah, I don't want to do the questionable flesh for sure.
Um,
Uh, I'm fine with the others, whatever.
let's go chalk. Let's say chalk.
Okay. We're very literary here.
I would, yeah, it is theoretically a library podcast that is doing these streams. So that is kind of what's going
Yes.
to happen. I would tell a joke
Yeah.
about chalkboards, but that's where I draw the line. This is bad.
Oh man.
Terrible. These things often have terrible puns in them, but yeah, okay. Oh, even more than three dots. So you stick this here, and this goes here. All right, you see how this is coming together now. It looks awesome. Sure. Okay, you lied. You have no fucking idea what that is. You stare at it, and it stares back at you. All you feel is deep shame at this moment. What has become of your life? Why did you think this would work? Summoning dates? Are you this desperate? You
She
place it,
wandered around for 3 hours. I would say yes.
obviously very desperate. You place it on the ground and start packing your things. Without looking back, you make the trip back to your house. You scoop another spoon into your mouth, sniffing, the television being the only thing to illuminate in this dark time in your life. Who said dances are fun anyway? You don't need anyone. You're strong, independent, and dating just ruins that. Screw that dancing away. You got movies and ice cream, and this is way more fun. I like going to dances. Sob. Oh, wow. Bad end. Didn't expect us to do that badly. Okay, so we picked the worst possible combination of the things. Try with
Yeah.
different options. Maybe utilize that quick save. Okay, let's start again. Uh, maybe that
Let's
was
go with let's go with Crow this time.
okay. So we're just gonna be called Crow this time because clearly the other name was bad luck. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's skip forward to the choices. Okay, uh, I'm voting just pumpkin knife candle. Let's just get the pumpkin person. I assume that's gonna get us one.
Okay.
Okay, so pumpkin, the orangest of all things edible. Is it? How about an
Mm,
orange
yeah. Okay.
knife? Huh? There's something carved in the handle. Myers? Weird. And I think that's a horror movie reference. Candle. Good for those
Mike
romantic
Myers.
nights or satanic ones. Okay. You suddenly realize that you've been carving a jack-o'-lantern, something you could have been doing in the comfort of your own home rather than a dank, creepy shack. It's so friendly looking. Oh well. Taking the candle, you light it up, carefully placing it inside the pumpkin's head. You then placed it in the middle of the summoning circle. It probably won't work, but you at least want to feel somewhat productive. Oh, a flash of light blinds you, and you hear the distant roar of an engine in the middle of the woods at midnight? Crap, maybe someone called the cops. Were you even trespassing? You didn't get a chance to mentally answer yourself, because what busts through the door isn't the law to stop your rebellious ways, but a biker?
Pyog. Damn kid, did you have to summon me here? There's no roads.
You apologize to the pumpkin-headed lady for the inconvenience. Wait a moment. So you were able to summon someone? Giving the gorgeous, see what you did there? Biker babe a once over. You ask who she is.
Yeah, summon me without knowing? Come on, kid. Fine. The name's Pyog. I'm what you call a Dullahan.
I don't know how to
Hmm.
pronounce like Piog with the accent over the O.
Well, I
I,
mean, this Dullahans are what? Irish? Is that what?
yeah, it definitely does, but like pumpkins are not particularly Irish. So I'm kind of confused over that. Like traditionally in Ireland, jack-o'-lanterns were made with turnips.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Okay.
Shorter growing times, anyways.
Oh, you knew what that was. Basically, the headless horseman, which explains her holding a pumpkin-like head and the riding in on a motorcycle.
Duh. Gotta modernize the look. Traded my horse for horsepower.
It's like Ghost Rider in Marvel Comics. You agree that it's pretty badass upgrade, kind of like that one movie.
Oh yeah, the one with Nack Chickelson. Love that. So why just summon me?
It was an accident, sorry, ma'am. I need a date for the Halloween dance. I felt the rebellious call of the wild and needed a partner.
I think we need to go with that last one. She does ride a motorcycle, right?
True, true. Okay, so Tabby Cato is saying P-Yog in the chat.
P-Og. P-Og.
P-E-E-Y-O-J. So P-Yog. I thought it might be something like that, but okay. So we're gonna we're not gonna go to the Halloween dance. We're gonna hope that we get to ride off and have adventures on the motorcycle.
Yeah,
Okay,
that sounds cooler.
your turn.
Oh, sorry. Ha! Well, you picked the right spirit for the job. I'm as wild as they come.
If smashing down the wall with a motorcycle didn't tip you off, the wild, sexy biker babe aesthetic should have. You're in for a wild ride, maybe literally if you play your cards right. Sweet.
So, if you just summon me to hang out, you're going to have to prove yourself, kid.
Huh?
I can't just hang out with any old human. Can you prove you're cool enough to ride with me?
Oh my gosh, probably not. Of course you can. You're the coolest of cool. It's why you summoned a date instead of finding one. That's how cool you are. Just call you the cooler because you're packing so much. Uh, okay, no, this is too much. Do you think everyone gets it?
Yeah, I think the whole forest does.
Tabby Cat saying in the chat, it's Irish Gaelic. Irish Gaelic is, in my opinion, a language where the letters with the accent marks and everything is so disconnected from English that it seems like it was designed so that English speakers cannot understand what it means. Anyway.
Fair, fair.
Oh shit, you were saying all that out loud? Quick, think of something. Pumpkin flavored everything. What's up with that? Your thoughts on Halloween? The current economic structure is wild, isn't it?
Uh,
I think the third one, current economic structure is wild.
okay, sure.
We'll just keep going with this one.
I'm a harbinger of death with a flaming pumpkin head and ghost bike. The hell do I care about the economy?
We picked the wrong one. Because it's actually, why did you even ask that? What a shitty siege.
Segway?
Yep.
Obviously, tonight's Halloween, and most people don't go summoning on All Hallows Eve without a reason.
You could argue that
Dun,
there's
dun, dun.
plenty of horror movies to counter that logic, but let her continue.
So out with it while my flames are still hot.
Can flames cool down, or do they just fizzle out? Would that mean she goes to sleep, or would she disappear?
Yo, well, I'm still giving you a chance.
I like the fact that the carving keeps changing expressions is really weird to me. Like, I'm trying to think about how unsettling that would be in real life. That's the unsettling part, not the fact that the headless pumpkin person is talking to me, but like that a pumpkin carving is changing shape. Okay, I still have no idea. I needed a date to the dance. Was in the mood for some pumpkin pie.
Oh.
Like the third one could be flirty or could be threatening.
I feel like it's a very weird pickup line.
It is. It is.
I think we should go with that
Okay,
one.
we're gonna go. It's in the mood for some pumpkin pie. Okay, let's go with that one.
Oh, cheeky. Wait, you knew.
She's looking at you curiously, and you puff up, pretending to be confident in what you could possibly know when you actually don't know shit.
Huh, maybe you're cooler than I thought.
Score. You bask in the glow of being that much cooler to your potential date. Give it up for badly punned pickup lines. Speaking of which, it seems if you're going to get out of one of the hottest dates to this bash, you're going to have to pull out the charm. And by charm, probably some random ass facts you pulled out of your ass to impress her. That always works, right? Actually, you're not sure if that works outside of dating sims, but games sometimes reflect social lessons, so it might work. Maybe. But it never hurts to try, right? Except she could literally kill you if you push her off. Well, that hasn't stopped you before.
You okay there, kid?
You're fantastic, or you will be if she likes your answer.
Okay, lay it on me then.
Pointing at her like she's the prosecutor to your defendant in an elaborate courtroom scene, you have only one thing to say to her. Okay. Doulahans have nothing to do with jack-o'-lanterns. Oh! You only appear during Samhain. You're a harbinger of death. She already said she was a harbinger of death.
right? What does it matter if she only appears during Samhain?
I can't remember what Samhain is. I want to go
Uh,
with the first one. I think Doulahands have nothing to do with
okay.
jack-o'-lanterns.
Hey, not bad, kid. You're right. The whole headless horseman with a jack-o'-lantern started here. You know about Sleepy Hollow, right? Anyway, in ancient times, I just carried my stinking, rotting corpse of a head around, swung it to scare the locals. Who did it smell and ooze? Kids like ooze, right?
Totally. Love ooze.
Hmm.
You're
Slime is a thing.
you're very thankful she's not the traditional type. The smell alone might have been enough to make you pass out, which wouldn't have been cool at all.
Pumpkins are cooler anyway, especially compared to turnips. Who'd take a turnip head seriously these days?
I was right. If the turnip in question was chasing you down at 80 miles per hour on fire with a motorcycle that was a ghost and also breathed fire, you'd probably take it seriously, like a lot. However, she looked so proud of herself that you didn't want to ruin it.
I mean, I guess I'd be really impressed if the turnip was like the size of a head, like just how large of a turnip it was.
Yeah,
Anyways, I also had a whip that was made out of a human spine.
that's kind of terrifying. You sincerely hope she doesn't want to make use of your spine that way. You kind of need that to, dance. Well, she doesn't seem likely to kill you, and you've made it this far through the conversation without royally pissing her off. Those are definitely good things when you're trying to woo a demon. Should you pop the question on her now?
You're staring at me again, kid.
But how to phrase it? Do you promise to treat her as gentlemanly as possible? I guess we are a gentleman. Nah,
Hmm.
that doesn't seem her style. How about promising to go hog wild during the dance as long as it's kept under limits? Like, you're not getting arrested limits.
I mean, only you'd get arrested. I can disappear at any time unless you got a contract with me.
Of course, how could you forget the most crucial thing of summoning a demon or spirit? Making a contract with them.
Aha. You really got to ask yourself, is selling your soul for a date worth it? Can't back out once you do.
Well, is it worth it to you? Anything for a gorgeous babe. As long as it's reasonable, I'd be down. Break the crate with your head.
So, pun, being normal, and then also just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I,
What a,
let's just do it. Let's sell her soul to get this date. This is fine.
okay. Really? Pumpkin puns. Well, can't say I haven't heard worse.
Worse probably being screaming and stay away from me, demon. But you don't want her to stay away. In fact, you guys could get it closer. Really close.
Yo, I'm all for moving fast, but chill out a little. Those pumpkin puns don't exactly get me hot under the collar.
Damn.
I think I should go.
Wait, what? No, but you just got here.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work out. No offense, kid, but you're kind of boring. I need someone wild to ride with me. Maybe you should just go home and watch movies or something.
No, that's the last thing you wanted to do. You came out here to get a date. There must be some way to convince her. Sadly, before you can utter another word, she's vanished along with her bike, like she had never been there. Well, fine then. You'll just go to the dance by yourself. I don't know how many bad ends there are. Okay, let's try and get a different character. Okay, what's her name this time? Magpie. We're just going to go through all the Corvids.
Okay.
Enter. Okay, so what are we going to use this time?
Uh, let's do the goat.
Okay, so goat.
And then let's do the blood vial or questionable flesh.
Let's
I
do
think we
blood
might.
vial. Okay, they told me it was
Okay.
B positive, but it ended up being a type.
Well, I guess that's not true because it's like the goat and then the vampire should be separate, right?
Yeah, I guess one of them probably is a vampire.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh well.
let's try
We'll see.
questionable flesh and see what happens. Okay, so you stick this here, and this goes here. All right, you see how this is coming together? It looks okay. No, this does not look awesome. Okay, so bad end again. Okay,
Interesting.
so we can do this. use the same name this time, hopefully. Okay. So, goat. Do you think questionable flesh and, or maybe chalk and candle? That seems like the traditional
Uh,
demon summoning, right?
well, probably the knife, right? Goat
Hmm.
knife, and then something else.
So you think goat, knife, and chalk? Let's try that one.
Yeah.
Nope. Doesn't seem to have worked. So close, apparently. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so goat. I'm gonna try
Uh,
candle and chalk.
okay.
Oh, using the chalk, you draw more symbols onto the ground, making it closer to what you've seen in movies. As an added effect, you place the candles you brought haphazardly inside the sigil. The goat, you decide, goes right in the middle. To your utter surprise, it seems to work.
Hmm.
With a flash of light, the design becomes more connected. Huh, it looks strangely familiar.
Oh, so cute.
Is that? Oh shit. I have in like my Etsy to buy section of the store an amazing like pastel pink goat head thing like this. It's so great looking. I love it. I'm doing another cross stitch right now, but once I finish that one, I think I might go on to this one. Okay. Oh shit. The dread of fucking up everything badly came too late. With a crack, the floor starts opening as if something is desperately trying to break through the other side. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Almost instantaneously, fire engulfs the sigil and spreads to the surrounding fixtures. The heat and the light in such an enclosed space are too much to bear. You try to navigate back outside, but only succeed at tripping over your legs. You can't help but think this would be really fucking cool if you weren't about to die. With that final thought and acceptance of your fate, you screw your eyes shut and wait for the burning sensation. But it all just stops. It's like everything just got doused out at all at once. There was no more heat licking at your body, no more smoke irritating your vision. Hell, you couldn't even smell anything but the forest now. You almost believe you were out of mortal danger until a swift kick is delivered into your side.
Baphomet. Say, Dewdropper, you're getting up anytime soon?
Dewdropper is like an interesting, like I assume, insult of some sort. Dewdropper? Is there an old gangster here? Okay, apparently it's an old gangster term. I've not heard it before. You couldn't keep the confusion off of you if you even tried, and judging by the irritated sigh above you, it was pretty noticeable.
Asking if you're okay, doll.
All right, you sort of understand that one. Progress. You inform him that you're quite all right, except a few singed pieces of your costume. And did it say what our costume was? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Just a costume that we made. And a
Yeah.
bruised ego. When you fully are able to acknowledge him, you're struck speechless.
Oh, dapper goat thing.
Holy shit. With a smug grin, the man, question mark, seems to be enjoying you losing your words.
Like what you see.
The mask is doing a great job covering your fish impression, while you point at him with a shaky hand. You're Satan, you're Baphomet, you're a trick-or-treater. Well, we know his name is Baphomet, so
Yeah,
that
let's
one.
just do that. Yeah.
Looking at him, there's no other word to describe him except pleased. His chest even seems more puffed out in pride.
Didn't really sneeze you for that type, but you really know one's onions.
Sneeze? Onions? Deciding it's your best interest to go with the flow, you reassure him of your knowledge of onions. There's green ones, brown ones, red ones, and hey, you even know a couple of recipes that they could go in, like onion salad. I definitely do not want to eat onion salad.
That sounds disgusting.
Baphomet attentively listens as you talk about onions, which flatters you, honestly. Most people walk away at this point before letting out a deep chuckle.
Say, you're funny, egg.
What's with all the food names? Oh well, he seems pleased. More points for you.
I mean,
It's
he's a goat, right?
true. They will eat anything. It seems you're starting to understand his lingo after spending a few minutes talking, at least enough to hold a short conversation with lots of nodding after asking 3 times for him to repeat himself. You probably should have brought your phone with Google Translate. Make it a lot easier. Come to think of it, the otherworldly summonings in movies never have these language barrier problems. Just the whole dying in horrific ways issues instead. That's pretty true. Yeah. Huh. Put that in perspective. You so far have been coming out on top. It takes you a few minutes that despite your inner musings, Baphomet hasn't stopped talking.
Mon me.
I guess, why did you summon me? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea to ignore the goat man in the room. Sheepishly, you ask Baphomet to repeat himself, since you were distracted with his magnificent horns?
Hmm.
The long, suffering sigh you were given in return was insulting, but understandable.
Why did you call for me?
Oh yeah, that was bound to come up at some point. Strangely enough, with an actual deity in front of you, you were starting to feel silly. You were hopeful, but you didn't think throwing random items together would work. It seems in your silence, Baphomet has come to his conclusions.
Say, you needed a button, man. I have no idea what that
A
means.
button man is like a killer for the mob, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Looking over your costume, you decisively point out you don't even have buttons. Do people really summon him for buttons?
No, I mean, you want me to blow one down?
The game doesn't have the right rating for that. This is just killing someone.
Yeah. Say, drift to town and give someone's ma some flowers.
I mean, that's sweet, but not really what you were expecting from summoning an evil entity.
Do you want me to pump someone full of lead?
You know, like I'm thinking the character we're playing doesn't seem too bright, but also like if faced with summoning a goat demon, I don't know how I would respond to someone saying things like this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I clearly didn't know those terms for slang
True, true.
before.
Yeah, I
So,
guess if I didn't know Button Man, like maybe I wouldn't have been able to guess the others.
yeah. I mean, I figured it probably would have been something of that nature, but
Mm.
like I'd never seen that before. So I'm
Yep.
like, okay.
Oh, that makes more sense. Killing someone. That's usually why people summon demonic figures, isn't it? Yeah, not for dates.
Fucking hell.
Did you want Baphomet to kill someone? Oh, who could we kill? Absolutely not really. I want to kill them.
No, I want to see her get him a date.
Them. Okay. So
Them.
so not really. We'll go with not really. We'll try and get
Yeah,
this to go to the date with us. Not really.
yeah.
It's been hard to tell some of his emotions apart with a goat face and all, but it's safe to say he's pretty much pissed. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and interrupted me and called me for nothing.
I think we're gonna get another bad end, Stephanie.
Oh no.
Well, not exactly nothing. You feel if you bring up going to the dance now, you would probably die. So with your better judgment, you tell Baphomet you don't want anyone dead. It only seems to anger him more.
No, not happening. Pick someone.
Pick someone. You told him you don't want anyone dead, and you will not be threatened into killing some.
If you don't pick someone right now, you'll be the one dying right here. Here.
Spooky red eyes. Not a good sign.
Glowing pentagram?
Yep. Well, the GetX girl has been damaging your parcels lately.
Oh, done.
Well, shit. Your packages are going to take even longer now. That's not who I would have chosen to kill.
Yeah. All right. So we got a contract now. In return for your soul, you'll get your head out.
That sounds. Wait a minute. That's not why you summoned him.
It ain't.
Remembering the Mickey page, I guess wiki page, you read about asking
Mm,
out your crush, now complete with pictures. You realize there's still a few steps before asking them to do the dance, which is wooing. Have you ever looked at WikiHow?
yes, I have.
It's so weird. There's so many very strange and bizarre, um, like how I'm actually going to look this up right now. I want to see if there's a WikiHow to summon a demon.
Oh, I was gonna see think I was oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were gonna see like how to ask out your crush.
Oh, I'm sure that's there. Okay, we've got how to perform a seance with pictures, 4 ways to do black
Mhm.
magic, 3 ways to get rid of demons. These are all on WikiHow. So some of them are definitely there at least. There's also probably how to ask out your crush. That one's less interesting to me. Okay, so wooing.
Yeah. Doll.
You need to show you have an interest in his life and history. Women, men, and demoniac figures love that shit. Or so you heard. Either way, you're going to woo the hell out of him. With all the finesse of dating sim logic, you spout a question out at him. So, like goats, can you eat everything? Oh, that seems not a good one. What's with the Knights Templars? What do your tattoos say? Oh, he has tattoos.
Oh, risque. Let's do that.
Okay, we're gonna go with the tattoos. It's almost instantaneous how happy Baphomet's face turns. Okay, good, great. He uncrosses his arm and puts them into your view. Each arm has a word on them, though you can't quite read one. The right one seems to say solve.
That's right. It ain't quite your English word though. It's Latin. The humans still learn
So
Latin.
I guess it's probably like solve or something. You're sure some
Hmm.
do, but you have not. My Latin is non-existent. How's yours, Stephanie?
Likewise, non-existent. Guess this is a lesson then. Solve in this case means dissolve. And the left one here reads coagula means to join together.
Dissolve and join together. So kind of like how you boil ingredients to make into a meal.
Close enough. In some parts, I was supposed to be the deity that represents and harmonizes opposites. Hmm.
Opposites?
Cat and babe, good and evil, beast and human, that sort of thing.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. You never learned about this part about him before.
Yeah, thanks. It looks
Judging
sad.
Yeah, he looks sad now. Apparently, he's supposed to be happy. Oh, he's blushing.
Ah,
Judging by his happy expression and the fact he looks like he's flexing even more, you think you scored some points here. All right, you got through the obligatory. Okay, now he's smiling. The obligatory background learning of your first conversation, which is pretty rushed compared to the usual standards, but pretty fitting when you can only get a date in one night.
I still have no idea why you summoned me.
So far, Baphomet has been pretty patient through all your questions, but with your expert dating skills you just acquired, you can tell he's getting impatient. It's time to go all in, and it's time for the compliment. Obviously.
Uh,
There's this amazing game that an academic at some university made, and it's called like the game, and it's all about being a woman or femme person trying to go to a bar to get a drink with their friend, and you just get hit
okay.
on again and again and again by people using like pickup artist lines. It
Okay.
is very frustrating and upsetting as a game to play. Um, and I think like pretty much every woman or femme person will have like experienced some of the things that happen in that game. It's not a
Hmm.
fun game, but it's an interesting game. Uh,
Okay.
and it's worth checking out. I think it's like, it is very text heavy, so it's very similar to this. Maybe I'll play it on stream sometime. Not this month, but
Yeah.
maybe in the future. Okay.
I mean, I guess I'm just like, yeah, I think it's too close to reality. Like
It,
if you're going to a bar as a female or just getting hit on like that is pretty common.
mhm.
So,
It's supposed to be, and I think it's supposed to help people understand how shitty it is that that happens. Um, but yeah, it's. I'm glad it exists. I
hmm.
hope it helps people. I guess it help. I hope.
Empathize.
Yeah, yeah.
Empath
Learn how to do empathy. I always wanted to make like a game that would be called something like, I don't know how to teach you to care about other people, but maybe this game will help. Maybe someday. I have the title and no other
Okay.
content. Okay. Obviously, for an old being like Baphomet, he would probably like a ballad or sonnet, but he does seem to be using words from the 1920s. Okay. You're really the bee's knees. Can I call you Goat Daddy? Is it hot in here? Is it just you?
Oh, I like Goat
You want to go with
Daddy.
Goat Daddy?
I think that's so funny.
Okay, we'll go with Goat Daddy. I'm not sure how he'll take it, but the back
I
button is
guess
there.
that's true.
The look of absolute disgust in Baphomet's
Uh,
face is almost incredible. It's like how you imagine a goat eating rotten milk would look. Okay,
let's go back.
no. Okay,
No.
back. Let's go with the bee's knees.
Okay, let's do that.
There's a filter of shock on his face, and what you suspect is a blush before he bursts out laughing.
Oh my Satan, that was so cute, little bell cat.
Cute. That's not what you were going for. He was supposed to swoon from your extraordinary flirting skills.
Oh, I'm swooning. You try to use my slang to compliment me. You might need the smell and salt soon.
Despite your earlier annoyance, you can't help but feel happy over how pleased he looks right now. You should probably try to use some more slang if you can think of any.
Listen, that's sweet and all. But I've been here listening to you spouting out random facts and compliments at me. I've been more than generous with my time, see. Yeah, either tell me why you summoned me or I'm leaving.
Oh shit! Is it that time already? There's still more steps you remember from the icky. Wasn't it called Mickey before?
It was, but anyways, whatever.
Like bringing flowers and getting spaghetti and doing that cute thing like sharing forks or something. Before you ask someone out on a date, I don't think that's the right order.
That's so gross.
D- Does Vomit even like spaghetti? What do you think? Do you think he likes spaghetti?
He's a goat, yes. Oh,
It looks like you don't have a choice but to come clean if you don't want the impatient goat man to leave. It's time for the final decision that will either break or make your day. Okay, let's gather people at my dance and have a bloodbath on your sigil. I heard there's a speakeasy going on at my dance. I'll be honored if you join me in a romantic outing, please. Definitely not number 3.
second one then?
Speakeasy? Yeah, let's go with speakeasy. Oh, sorry.
Excuse me?
Was that the wrong thing to say? You figured Baphomet would be more agreeable if you sprinkled in some of his lingo. Your worries are put to rest by the bright, happy expression on his face. Yes.
You have a joint with booze and dancing?
When you give him an affirmative nod, he continues.
Call me old-fashioned, but those are two of my favorite things.
If that's so, you promise him any chance you can, you'll invite him out.
I look forward to it. You know what? Yeah.
Uh,
You've been real sweet, doll, and this hasn't been a bad night at all. Plus, you got some nice gams. I would like to pipe them in motion on the dance floor. I obviously don't know anything about the 1920s.
Gams is legs.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I guess pipe is probably see them in motion on the dance floor.
Sure.
Thanks. Wait, really? He's agreeing to go? Really?
Don't make me regret this, doll.
Wait, no, he won't. You promise. You can be cool. You'll show him. After many failed attempts of trying to convince Baphomet of getting you both there faster through portals in hell, you both ended up just walking, and incidentally, getting lost in the forest for a few hours. Oh no. By the time you make it to the dance, it's halfway through. Okay, so we actually make it to the dance. Oh, there's our costume.
Aww.
You would ordinarily be annoyed, but the excitement of bringing such a hot date makes it so nothing can dampen your mood. Not even the fainting students or Greg, who keeps making a cross on his chest each time you're both in his line of sight. A few students tried to bring crosses over, but Baphomet batted them away before grabbing your hand and dragging you onto the dance floor. He held you close as you both slowly danced to the screams of the dance.
You know, how do you feel about being my mall instead?
You wouldn't have it any other way.
Aw, good ending.
Hooray, we got a good ending.
Yay.
I'm glad we got at least one. Okay, so Tabby Cato says, my co-creator, Marmalade, the person on the right, I guess, looked up a whole article of legit gangster lingo to write Baphomet. So these are all actual slang. I'm sure they're all actual slang. But
yes,
it's like, yeah, it's just very funny. Like without the right accent or intonation.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to like get them across. It's like, how am I supposed to like pronounce some of these things? Okay, Marmalade saying that was great. I saw some parts I have to fix to make clearer. Good. I'm glad this was helpful to some extent. There's also a couple spelling mistakes in there, but that's fine. That happens with pretty much any game.
Yeah.
Do you want to try and get another one, Stephanie?
I just really want to know what that thing with the yellow is, right? Because it's like, I guess maybe, I don't know.
The around the neck area?
Yeah, like what could that be?
I don't know. Like, is that? Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I guess that's
okay. Maybe if I just look at the page, it'll tell me. The page says, the Monster Mash page says, will you be swept away by the famous pumpkin legend? Learn new Roaring Twenties lingo with an old gangster. Get advice from one of the lesser known mythos creatures. Or prove an urban legend true about a certain goat eater. So
mythos character,
like a Cthulhu thing.
Yeah.
And then the goat eater is like a chupacabra. or I guess that could
Okay.
be a wolf. So okay, so let's try one more time and see if we can get someone. Okay, creating names every time is so uh frustrating.
Uh,
My defaulted names is always Estelle, so I'm just gonna use that again.
okay.
Okay, I
My
think
default name is usually Ink, but
ink, ink. Okay,
Ink.
okay. So would you want to restart and use that one?
That's okay. That's
Okay,
fine.
questionable
I'm
flesh.
okay.
That's got to be for the Cthulhu monster, right?
Yeah.
What next?
Uh, a
Okay,
mythos character.
it went so one, two, three, four, five, six. It went pumpkin knife candle for the first one, and then it went candle
Mm-hmm.
goat chalk for the second, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it
Goat
goes.
choco.
So it would be chalk quill blood vial, maybe,
Well,
and then
I
blood.
mean, no. Well, meat. Questionable meat was at the very end, right? So maybe blood vial, and then quill.
Oh, okay. So it actually did. Okay, freshly gathered. Okay, here we go. You swear you've seen the face on this book before, once in your lifetime, but you can't recall where with Necronomicon. Unfortunately, you don't have time to ponder on it more because the book disappears in a flash of light, and what or who stands before you is. Oh, cool. You're not sure who
Okay.
this is. A
Shogun.
Shoggoth or Shogoth? I've always pronounced it Shoggoth, but who knows? How do you properly pronounce this made up word? They just keep staring at their phone, scrolling through whatever feed they're seeing, which they could probably see well with all those eyes. Every eye looked bored as they centered on the phone until you cleared your throat. I really like the idea of an app for summoning demons. And so it's just like you're just swiping left and right on them, like a dating app. But it's just like, oh, like what do you have to offer, and what are they offering you? And you're like, oh, this one will kill someone for me. I'm willing to swipe on them, or I don't want them. Whereas this person is willing to like do something else. Okay.
What?
Oh, now they're looking at you. Well, shit, you should have thought of something to say before getting their attention. Now you're just a deer in several headlights, sweating underneath the most unimpressed gaze imaginable. Man, even your parents hadn't looked at you this hard before.
If you have nothing to say, we will be leaving now.
Shit, they can't leave yet. You've literally just summoned them and haven't asked them about the bash yet. Hell, you haven't even said two words. At least manage that much before facing down such a stony rejection. Wait, look at this. That scarf is so cute. Where did you get it? I actually did have something to talk about. Uh,
Mm, uh,
I'm thinking scarf? Complimenting seems nice.
okay. Well, I mean, they mentioned that he also has like a phone, so maybe like cat videos. That's the thing, right?
Okay, so do you want to try wait, look at this then?
Sure.
You attempt in what could only be described as an amalgamation of the truffle shuffle and the whip, which from any outside position just look like you flailing your body as if possessed. It fails. They look even more unimpressed than the moment they poofed in. Actually, you could say now that they just look angry at your very existence.
If this is all you summoned us for, oh, we should kill you just for having to witness it with all our eyes, all of them tainted now.
Damn, and you were so sure your wiggle of seduction would have worked. I don't think so. You explained in the most precise way possible that you came to summon a date to the Halloween dance. Actually, you were just one serious note away from putting out a whiteboard and making a presentation of it. That's how stiff the tension was around you both, and not even the good kind.
So you failed at procuring a fleshy counterpart and decided the best course of action was to summon from beyond your world.
Definitely, of course.
Mhm.
That's about the gist of it. Yeah.
We cannot tell if you are incredibly confident that you would not be killed for such audacity or incredibly stupid. Foolish seems to be the right term here. I like this character the most, I think.
Yeah, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Ha. You feel a little proud of pulling that gem from your hat. You even allow yourself one small, smug smile. Just a small one, though.
Hmm, you really thought you wouldn't be killed for this?
I hadn't thought that far ahead. If they were going to, they would have already. I took like judo and pagan mythos one semester. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mm, these all seem bad.
Yeah. Uh, let's do the last one.
Okay.
You dare think you could even lay a hand on us and pagan mythos?
Not the right choice. Shit, you
Definitely
managed to piss
not.
them off again. Which one they're more angry about, you couldn't even tell. Running, screaming into the woods is starting to sound more appealing by this point. Wait, now hold on. You can't be blamed for being confused. They look nothing like how they were described as. Of course, you wouldn't know how to react. You literally created a summoning circle for demons and somehow managed to call forth one of the creatures of the Cthulhu mythos. Like,
Aw.
is that even possible? Isn't there a whole different ritual for this sort of thing? Oh, screw it. You managed to summon a supernatural being. Logic has no place here.
And you have a problem with our appearance.
Where's the slime, the fear-inducing aura, the drama? Not really, just not what I was expecting. Kind of look like an
These are
octopus.
these are all such bad bad flirting. I'm so bad at it in general, and I can even say this is bad.
I think number 3, definitely no. Number
Just not
1
what I
seems
was
like it.
expecting.
Yeah, I think number 1 leads to us dying. Okay.
Yeah. If we cared about others' expectations of us, we'd be in a rather sorry state. Only we can define our own worth.
You know, that's a lot
Hmm,
more like good advice than I would expect to get from a like
right?
Cthulhu mythos creature.
It's true.
That is some after school special bullshit you just spouted, and damn if it doesn't hit you right in the gut. That is some bullshit that you could get behind. Maybe there's a lesson to be learned in that you don't need to prove yourself to your peers, but rather to yourself. Nah, you still really want to date to the dance. Seemingly done with whatever conversation you were having, they returned their gaze back to their phone. Now you know what people meant by an awkward silence. No longer able to stand it, you ask what is so interesting on their phone.
Monstergram.
Monstergram? Wait, like a monster version of that photo sharing app humans have? I like that we're referring though as though we are not also a human.
Well, I think it comes out when the other party like refers to themselves in like a plural sense, right?
Sure, sure. Wait, monsters have their own version of apps? Wild.
Of course we do. Do you merely assume all of us waited on the other side for some foolish being to summon us in existence? We have lives too.
Oh shit, you did kind of think that. Damn, that was kind of dickish to think that they all just sat on their asses waiting to be summoned like some gotcha monster on a mobile game.
I
You
love gotchas.
you wonder what tier pool Shoggoth would be though.
Are you thinking what kind of tier level pull would be from a gacha game?
How the hell?
We'd obviously be S rank.
Yep, yeah, definitely. Did they know what you were You know what? Never mind. You can't even question that seriously. Instead, you turn back to the fact that they have their own version of the app. Judging by their sense of style and readily holding their phone, you have an idea that they might spend countless hours scrolling through, lost in a sea of information, because they look like a. Oh, forget it. Their intense stare at the small device does make you wonder how they wouldn't need glasses at that point. Wait, how would they wear glasses on their tentacle eyes? And would they wear a bunch of monocles? You've now just imagined
Hmm.
Shoggoth wearing tiny monocles in each of their eyes.
We can feel your gaze. If you wish to say something, say it.
You use Monstergram often, don't you? Do you wear tiny monocles or just make new eyes when they get burned out? I need a date for the dance. I'm now really curious about the
Hmm.
monocles, but I don't think that's the right question to ask.
We should. Oh, well, I'm sure that's the bad end, but I want to see sort of like what his reaction to it is
Okay, well,
actually. So,
we've gotten one good end, so if we get another bad end, I don't care.
right,
That's fine.
right.
Okay.
Do we what?
You start detailing the process of mini monocles, minicles, as you started calling them, and even managed a crude doodle of the idea. Despite looking at you like you're the incomprehensible Despite looking at you like you're the incomprehensible creature in the shack, Shoggoth at least gives you their attention and doesn't interrupt.
The idea seems a bit silly, and we do not need to wear glasses, though we have seen much sillier concepts become fashion statements. Maybe we will take this into consideration. Oh,
Oh, sweet. You managed to come up with a fashion concept with a Monstergram star. Not a bad deal for hiking all the way out into the woods to summon them. That's not why you summoned them. Get it together. You forgot what you were there for, really.
As lovely as this conversation has been going, we think it is about time to go. You clearly have not summoned us for any real purpose, and we have things to do.
No, you totally have a purpose, and you could be one of those things they do.
Oh, excuse me?
Shit, you said that out loud. Whatever, it's now or never, the final countdown. If you build up your confidence, they will come with you to the dance.
Please stop.
A new frontier of interspecies mingling. Extraterrestrial? More like extra interestial? Ha, there's even a whole song about kissing aliens. Thanks, Patty Carey.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is the exact right response to that. Shoggoth's defenses are down. Lock on target and deliver the final blow.
If you make a Celestial Wars reference, we will beat you within an inch and leave.
Okay, maybe you laid that on a little thick. You'd been on your best behavior so far, and the puns just built up, flooding out in mass. Holding it all in had felt.
Don't.
So.
We beseech you.
Alien.
Uh...
Despite groaning in your general direction, Shoggoth doesn't seem all that annoyed and even waits for you to continue. Gotta save those juicy puns for later, though. Right now, you're on a mission, and it won't be impossible. Yeah, maybe you should just get to it. Okay. Mm-hmm. I would be honored if you would attend this gala with me. Want to help me make this party out of this world? Cephalo, pardon me, but you occupied my thoughts for the evening.
Oh. Oh, man.
They're all terrible.
Yeah. But I do like octopi.
Tabby Cat was saying they were really proud of that one. I assume that the third one. It is very like Cephalo, pardon me, but you occupied my thoughts for the evening is intensely terrible. I applaud you. Yeah. Okay, let's go with that one.
Yeah.
Silence. Stunned silence. C. This is why you stopped using ocean puns, especially after the beach incident of the summer weekend of your freshman year. Farewell again, Bernie. You've earned your place in the stars.
Ha. Ha 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 ha.
A sudden outburst of laughter startles you in more ways than one. One, because you have yet to hear such a jovial sound from your new friend. And two, because holy shit, the cacophony of multiple voices laughing is literally shaking the entire building, which was already on its last leg, and you don't know if you want to be crushed under those types of legs.
Ooh, truly, we have not heard something so ridiculous and awful in such a long while, and we browse the internet quite often.
Hey, that's what you're here for, smooth lines and awful puns.
Smooth, right. We suppose you are, in a sense.
Does this mean you did good? Hell yeah. Metaphorical pat on the back.
What an absolute waste of our time. If you are through prattling on, then we shall go. Actually, we shall go even if you wish to prattle on.
Wait, no, you still haven't gotten a chance to ask them to be your date. Maybe a dance would help, or a gift. Wait, you have nothing in your pockets except the useless junk to summon with. You can beg. Begging is always a viable option.
Do at least keep the last crumbs of your dignity, at least. We do not wish to have to remember you blubbering on the ground.
What else could you say after that? They leave without so much as another sound, and the eerie silence of the forest overtakes you. Guess you better get used to hearing that sound for a while, since you definitely aren't going to that dance now. Bad end.
Well, you've done fucked up.
Yep, definitely. How many endings to this game are there? Does it say anywhere?
Well, I mean, I would assume that every character has a good end, right?
True. Everyone has a good end, a bad end, and then there's the like, we failed to get an ending at all. Like we failed to summon anything. So there's that. Okay. Right. Oh, there's three for each character apparently.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a good end, a bad end, and what's the third end for the characters? Bad, neutral, and good. Oh, neutral. Interesting. Well, that's cool. That's fun. I really like when there's so many endings to this. But I think
does the last one then count as a neutral end? I guess.
Well, it says bad end.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Cool. Fun. Well, that's been an hour, which is the length of our stream. Neutral is anytime you don't die. Okay, so that was kind of so I guess we didn't get a truly bad end because I don't think we died in any of them, which is I guess a positive thing.
Huh. Okay.
I just noticed now you can see the eye on the M in the Monster Mash logo.
Yeah.
Cute. Okay. I also just realized I forgot to turn the music on for this game. Sorry. There is music, I believe. None of it is in the stream. But hey, thanks for checking out the stream. Monster Mash is downloadable. There's a link in the doobly-doo below this. It was part of the Spooktober visual novel jam this year in 2020. There's a bunch of other games. I'll be streaming them every Friday. I think it'll be fun. You can check out my podcast, as I said before, bookclubform.com, or just search for Book Club for Masochists on any podcast place. Thanks for joining. Oh, I was trying to think of a good like spooky outro for me to say on these things. I can't remember what it was now. I thought of something that was terrible, but now it's gone again.
It's probably the cephalopods. It just blew it out of the water.
Yeah, it did. It did. Like that was so terribly punny that any sort of like ghosty, spooky, mysterious things is gone. Thanks to Tabby Cato and Hey Marmalade for checking out the chat. Thanks for making the game. It was fun. And have a great evening.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah. Okay. Bye all.
Bye.